Hello, my name is Kevin Ott, and I am doing my Form 3 on the Scopes Monkey trial, and specifically William Jennings Bryan for Liberty University's Christian American Heritage 530. Historians must be objective and honest in their investigations, and must be dedicated to a reasoned and investigated reconstruction of primary sources. The Scopes trial took place in 1925 and was the brainchild of George Rapalea and John Scopes in response to a Tennessee law that was passed earlier that mandated a fine that would come if anybody would teach any theory that denies the story of the divine creation of man as taught in the Bible, and to teach instead that man had descended from a lower order of animals. In this case, people would be arrested. He would be arrested and charged. The two conspired to have Scopes be charged with this violation to add publicity to the measure. The pair enlisted the help of the ACLU and quickly garnered support from famous attorney Clarence Darrow. For the prosecution, three-time Democratic presidential candidate William Jennings Bryan took on the case. Bryan was a devout Protestant and saw the trial as an opportunity to fight for the fundamentalist ideals that were under attack in a time where questions of Darwinism, doubts stemming from multiple events, were clouding the opportunity to spread the word for Christians in America and throughout the world. While John Scopes would eventually be found guilty after a trial that gained international exposure and maintained a circus-like atmosphere that included vendors, chimpanzees dressed in full suit and tie, and preachers camped out to utilize and expose to spread the word, the main takeaway in regards to Bryan is his ability to recognize the large scope of this case and its impact on religious movements throughout the continent and beyond. Bryan's inclusion garnered credibility and provided a man who was famous for his oratory style. Bryan viewed the trial as the great cause and referred to it often in his commentary during and around the trial. Jennings referred to this sentiment when he said, "Causes stir the world, and this cause has stirred the world. It is because it goes deep. It is because it extends wide, and because it reaches into the future, beyond the power of man to see. Here has been fought out a little case of little consequence as a case, but the world is interested because it raises an issue. That issue will someday be settled right, whether it is settled on our side or the other side. There can be no settlement of a great cause without discussion." And Jennings understood the importance of this trial, not so much for the verdict, but for its ability to start a meaningful dialogue. And it's an important takeaway, as his presence allowed for such a commentary to take place in an era where Christianity it encountered some tremendous divide that extended from liberal interpretations and many events that impacted religious fervor and an understanding of current events. Bryan championed the Christian cause and the cause of women, suffrage, as well as prohibition. While Jennings may be remembered for his 3 unsuccessful presidential campaigns or his years as Secretary of State, it's the exposure he provided the Scopes Monkey trial and the eventual commentary that may be his most important. I want to leave you with a quote from William Gibbs McAdoo, who said that Jennings, he was unusually gifted, and whether men agreed with his views or not, they could not fail to respect his character, his courage, his loyalty to principle, and his steadfast support of every moral issue that has arisen during his career. Ridicule, misrepresentation, none could defy him whether he believed he was right, and he gave his life for his convictions. Bryan certainly did encompass the fire and vigor that was necessary, along with the stature to highlight a cause that he sacrificed everything for. Thank you.